Let's clap it up, man. Let's clap it up because we are at episode 87 of the Five-A-Side podcast. And even though this will be coming out tomorrow, today, June 11th, 2025, we are exactly 1 year from the beginning of the FIFA World Cup 2026 in the United States of America, as well as Mexico and Canada. That's crazy how close we are already, man.
The second World Cup in the U.S. ever.
Yep.
Wow.
Repeat of 94. Who am I joined by today?
Joined by Kwesi. Josh is here, live and direct.
Yes, sir. Gabriel.
Kendrick.
Lot to get to, and as I just mentioned, the World Cup, we just came off of, we're in the middle of quite the hectic international break, also leading into the Club World Cup. So I want to take it over to Europe as the first piece of this question of the week. So the Nations League, which I think has been very exciting, especially with this rendition. We had Portugal beating Spain in the final on penalties. Cristiano Ronaldo at the age of 40 with tears of joy with the victory. We had the narratives about the Ballon d'Or with Lamine versus Dembele. And then we had Nuno Mensch versus Lamine, what he was able to do. So just thoughts on the Nations League, kind of this concept that started in 2019. Do y'all think it's becoming a legit tournament? Any players to shout out, any games that y'all want to talk about, and just kind of like thoughts on that, and maybe your Ballon d'Or standings as well.
Yeah, I'd say it was good to see France, Turkey.
Yeah, Cherki, bro. Hold.
Man, technical player.
Assist too?
Crazy. Man City pickup.
Yeah, for like 30 mil, which is such a deal. I'm like, damn.
Insane steal.
And Atletico, we talked about Atletico. That's the exact player they needed. Yeah. And he would have spiced up La Liga. They missed out. And that's not even that expensive.
I think that was like a silly
for him?
Yeah. I'm worried about him losing his, not losing his tech, but like, how is he going to be the same player?
They said Pep don't ruin him. Yeah.
Like every like flashy techie player that goes to City ends up like kind of just getting like pacified.
Yeah.
Doku's been the only one that still like kind of keeps that energy because like that's the only way he
can only dribble.
Not the only way he can play, but like that's his main thing.
That's his main offer.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know. When I saw that, I was literally like, damn, bro, like he might be cooked.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva at times can be those kind of creative players, but I think he's creative, but also with the flair and with just like operating, doing whatever
the freedom
he wants.
To just do whatever.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to have to see, bro. But Pep might also know he needs to switch some things up because they just came off a very poor season.
That's true.
They just lost De Bruyne to Napoli. We'll talk about as well.
Huh?
Yeah, De Bruyne to Napoli. Yeah, they reloaded after winning Scudetto.
Wait, yo, I did not see that.
Oh, for real? Yeah, De Bruyne to Napoli.
You in St. Martin's?
Nigga.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, while you was on vacay.
To do what?
Assist Lukaku and win another Serie A. I don't know what you mean.
Yo, that is actually mad funny.
Yeah.
You don't think it works? Or just
random? Feels so random.
He kind of, I don't say he fell off fast, but a lot of people would have thought he would still be a really high level contributing City Prem level player.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, but longevity's tough, bro. Not everyone can be Toni Kroos in midfield.
Napoli.
That's a good signing though.
No, it's a great signing.
They're in the Champions League too. Obviously, Serie A champions.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I never saw him in Serie A.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, listen, it depends, bro. He might be transferring like even just positionally, maybe more of a Pirlo role.
Yeah, he's gonna be further back because they have McTominay crashing the box already.
He's obviously not the person to win the ball off somebody crazy, but the type
long
of
range passing
and the Belgian connection.
Yep. For
that
sure.
shit about to be like FIFA 18.
Yeah, it's a fact. Actually, speaking of Belgium, really quickly, we're going to get to women's Euros later, but I do want to shout out the Belgian men's team because they wore the women's jersey in their 4-3 win over Wales.
That's right.
So it's the yellow jersey that the Belgian women will be wearing at this year's women's Euros this summer. Yeah. And came in a big 4-3 win. It was funny, they were actually up 3-0. Conceded 3 to make it 3-3 and then won 4-3. But I don't think I've ever seen the men's team wear the women's team to support them ahead of a tournament. I know there's been certain instances where they've done something like that, but I thought that was a really cool kind of show, sign of showing some solidarity. And it's a cool kit, for sure.
Facts. Right. I've never seen that before, but that's tough.
Back to Nations League, though. I mean, Ronaldo, bro, champion. Second Nations League. He's got a Euros. Could he win the World Cup? You know, what does it mean for his career?
I mean, it's possible.
You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think this impacts the Ballon d'Or like that? I don't think it means too much in terms of the race, but I think there's like value, but
because who would it have boosted? Like Lamine, if they won?
I think it boosts anyone. I think Vitinha and Nuno Mensch they already had cases for it.
That's true.
I don't think it decides it at all, but it's a little, it's a little check.
It gives you
like winning a Super Cup.
It gives you
it's
a couple points.
So I think people dragged it with the the Ballon d'Or comparison.
Yeah.
I also don't think Lamine meant in some literal way that if I beat France today, I am the Ballon d'Or.
No,
he was just saying like, if you guys wanted to, it was kind of like tongue in cheek. I don't know how people took it so seriously. And I've been talking about this all year. Once Lamine has those little moments that don't go well,
it's
these
already
little
happening.
Things, the narrative's gonna flip, and I'm already seeing it, bro.
It's already happening. Landon Donovan was on the broadcast talking about, if Lamine Yamal wants to cement himself as a legend for his country, this is the moment where he needs to step up and prove that he can do it on the big stage.
Word.
I was like, bro,
he just
first
won
of all,
the Euros, my G.
Yeah, he just won the Euros, and this is Nations League,
and he's 17.
This is like this is the beginning of his career, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's hilarious.
It was like awkward because I was like,
awkward.
bro, like you sound goofy.
Yeah, and shout out whoever responded saying, well, at least he's been doing a lot of good defensive work and he's been pressing.
Yeah,
he's been putting in some effort.
Yeah,
you know, like people just drag it, bro.
That was Alexi Lalas.
Yeah, people just be dragging it, and obviously the media hasn't fully turned, but then it was also like they saw him walk away from. Everyone in Spain had the silver medals. Portugal had the gold. You're supposed to kind of wait and clap. Lamine left by himself, took his medal off, went straight to the locker room. But it's also like he's 17.
Yeah.
So you're seeing some of that youthful, I don't want to call it immaturity, but he is not grown up at all. He's growing up in front of us. So he's not going to have the same composure of a 29-year-old Fabian Ruiz.
He hasn't been in that position ever before.
And most 17-year-old footballers are not judged by the entire world.
Yeah.
Very few have ever been judged like this too. So let's relax. YouTube. And Cristiano himself said, like, give Lamine time. He's a phenom. I'm sure he's going to win many individual and team titles, club and country. Yeah. Let's all relax. Because I told y'all beginning of the season, I'm waiting for when the media is going to switch, and I'm already starting to see it. So we'll see. But as a Spanish person, I'm super excited for this team heading into the World Cup. Fresh off the Euros, they've been super consistent in the Nations League. Ever since the new coach took over, they've been incredibly consistent. So we got a real shot at the World Cup.
I would say two things about Portugal after watching that game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch any. I'll be honest. I didn't watch any of the games in the lead up other than France and Spain.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Portugal was that nice. Like I didn't realize
the squad is serious.
I didn't realize they had that many pieces like
on paper
as they do. What's his name? Conceição or
Conceição? Yeah,
that nigga is actually filthy, bro.
Like he's a little inconsistent, but when he's on,
bro, he's one of those. He's just hella direct. Like he get on the ball, you're like, nah, like this is scary. Like as soon as he starts dribbling, So I like obviously, and then Vitinha and Mendes. Yeah, Ronaldo still being there. Leao coming off the bench and doing all.
Diaz.
Yeah, they just have hella pieces. I was like, wait. They like sneakily built like an insane team.
Yeah. Crazy midfield. João Neves too from PSG. Exactly. They have a really good team, bro.
So there's that. And then also it was kind of like a funny moment where like at first I was kind of clowning Ronaldo in the group chat. Like, like this guy's crying. He's during the penalty kicks, he's like hiding behind his teammates like I can't watch.
They said he turned Muslim, bro.
Bro, he was like he was on his hands and knees, bro. But then I was like, damn, like this really is a testament to like how much he loves to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first I'm like, he being extra, and then I'm like, damn, no, like he actually just wants to win everything so badly. Like he's drawn to tears, bro.
It's different.
Like,
it's a lot.
It's like you could see he's overrun by emotion. It's like, yo, that's really just somebody that actually like
loves football.
No matter like the pedigree of the game, I'm sure he's probably like that in training too. Like he actually just wants to win every single time.
Yeah,
and like you can't really knock that.
No, you can't.
It's interesting, bro. People sometimes forget that like his story is actually like it's a poverty story.
Yeah.
Like he didn't come from much.
Yeah, so, he's from the Madeira Islands. Look at it on a map.
Yes.
That's a little piece of Portugal in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
He's not from a major city or anything like that.
Nah, he's not from New York, bro.
Yeah, definitely not.
He from Missouri or something.
Yeah, Madeira Islands, bro. 100%.
Why Missouri, bro?
Because I don't know.
Oh, you said Missouri.
It's a whole state, bro.
Honestly, it'd be on some Hawaii. Like, it's really distant out there in the ocean.
I mean, I was kind of...
Yeah.
You trying to violate Missouri.
Shout out
Missouri. Shout out St. Louis.
Shout out
you know what I'm saying? Nelly.
Shout out Big Missouri.
We got, who else? Smino.
Nelly.
Nelly's from St. Louis. Nelly, Metro Boomin. St. Louis City.
Nelly who?
The rapper.
Nelly who?
Who went
I was
like...
just making sure. I
okay,
didn't know,
super platinum.
I didn't know if there was like a Nelly was supposed to know.
It's fair.
Yeah. Let me see if I can fix this.
Yeah, that's real though. I mean... It was a good game too.
Yeah,
like it was actually like entertaining to watch.
Portugal Germany was a good one too.
Yeah,
the lead up. That's when Conceição scored the banger, right?
Yeah,
before Ronaldo got the winner.
Yeah. And the third place game was decent too. France and Germany. I watched it. It was like 9 a.m. It wasn't even on streaming. I had to go on fucking on the interwebs to find it.
Yeah,
but it was pretty good.
France on paper, to me, is still the best team in the world.
Yeah,
on
bro.
paper. They got to figure out how
The
to make
squad
it
is
work,
insane.
though. Yeah, the front four is stupid.
Dembele, Olise, Mbappe,
Doué, Cherki. Scary squad. How's that? Like, one of them are coming off the bench.
Doué.
Yeah.
Who else? Keep it going.
They got more, bro. Muani.
Yeah, Kolo Muani.
They have a great goalkeeper. They have Saliba, one of the best center backs in the world.
What's his name?
Chouameni, Kamavinga in midfield. The squad is ridiculous.
Who's the nigga that scored the banger for PSG in the semis? He's like CDM. He plays CDM.
Why is there Emery?
Ruiz
is Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. There's a nigga with a Spanish name in the French team. I'll find it.
Okay.
Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez? No, he's on Bayern.
I'm gonna tell you.
They got the young boy Warren's there, Emery too. They're just a bunch, bro. Both Hernandez brothers, actually. Yeah. The squad is crazy.
Yeah.
So I think they'll do well moving forward, but we'll see.
Scary, bro.
Shout out to Mbappe. First off, he just tied Thierry Henry in terms of being one of France's all-time top goal scorers, hitting 50 for Les Bleus. And he is the fastest to ever reach 50 goals for the French national team. So
Didn't Depay reach 50?
he reached 50, tying Robert Van Persie. A lot of people in this modern era are going to be surpassing the previous totals.
Yeah,
he's going to break the record, and Mbappe's going to break the record.
More games.
Yeah, it's more games. That's one of the big things. Obviously, Ronaldo has the record. I think Lukaku is probably number one for Belgium.
Yeah,
I think he's been number one for Belgium.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, man, we'll see, though.
I lied. I can't find that nigga.
Any quick Ballon d'Or picks?
Listen, I need Dembele to continue his PR run. You saw he brought the joint to the French Open.
Yeah, of course.
I need him to continue putting himself out there. It's a popularity contest as
well
as obviously,
contest.
the football talent. But he has to just, you could tell that he likes, I wouldn't say that he likes to sit behind the camera or like he likes to.
Yeah.
Like he definitely is comfortable in just being himself and not putting himself out there.
He's not like a
have
flashy
to.
person.
Doesn't have to, but like now is the time to, be outspoken and talk about honestly the experience you've had, because there's a story to him winning the Ballon.
Of course, yeah. Same with if Rafinha were to win it. Both of them are peaking at 27, but had some issues on the rise. You know what I'm saying? Although Dembele more is like the star boy who wasn't being the star for a little bit. Rafinha was more, nobody expected him to get here.
Yeah, facts.
But we'll see. Salah had an insane season.
I think it's gonna go to Salah.
I
don't want it to, but I think it will.
Yeah, I don't want it to, but I wouldn't be like that mad at it. Like he had a crazy season, bro. I think the problem is it tailed off. They were so far ahead in the league, so there was no exciting title race. Yeah. And the Champions League, I mean, they lost to the winners, but they didn't go far. So the PR kind of stopped, even though statistically he had the best Prem season ever.
AFCON, bro. AFCON's going to bring it back.
It's going to be done, though. The award will already be given out because it's December.
Okay, when does AFCON start again?
December.
Oh, it starts.
Yeah, so the Ballon d'Or will be out in like October. That would have been a big indicator.
Facts.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think Lamine can get it. I don't think Pedri can get it.
If Salah holds it,
I think it's go ahead.
If Salah holds it, it'll probably be a bit of career tax in the sense of like
everything he's done.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it to Dembele right now, Rafinha 2, Salah 3, but it's very close. Yeah. And then how do you include midfielders and defenders like Vitinha and Nuno Mendes who have had incredible seasons?
It's not fair, bro.
But you don't have like
those. It's like Iniesta. It's like Iniesta, Xavi, bro. They're not holding it.
Yeah, but then I also understand because like a goal is the hardest thing to do in soccer, which is why it's literally the objective of the game. So it's hard. I just don't think it's an easy decision. People are like, oh, it has to be. No, it doesn't. There's mad guys who can win it.
It's a French award. It's going to Dembele.
Yeah, went to Benz a few years ago. Let's give it to Dembele.
The first UCL in PSG history.
Second ever in France.
And he had like a 40+ goal assist season.
Yep. Treble too.
The treble. Oh, bro, like he kind of
treble.
He kind of
don't let him win the Club World Cup too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, don't let him win the Club World Cup.
Quadruple.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
we'll be there.
We will be there at the Club World Cup.
You know who else is gonna be at the Club World Cup? Who? Ice.
That's a fact. They're all over America, unfortunately.
I was reading an article today that was talking about how ICE and CBP, the border control, put out a statement saying that they're going to be doing security at the opening game at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Bro.
It's not annoying.
Huh?
It's annoying because it's like...
What are you going to check at a stadium?
They're going to check people's papers.
And
if you don't have your papers...
They're literally like, we know what you like. You like football?
That's so insane to me.
Like,
I've
it's
never
actually-
seen that at a sporting event,
Bro, it's like
in modern
we-
U.S. history.
We know what you like.
Yeah.
You like the ball.
Well, it's also because like you're here for this team from whatever country. Yeah, that's wild.
And
That's actually nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's weird. Like when you feel like you're living in a dystopian society.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real.
It's the CBP, the Customs and Border Protection, United States Customs and Border Protection's official social media on their Twitter page said, "Let the games begin. The FIFA Club World Cup game starts on June 14th in Miami. CBP will be suited and booted and ready to provide security for the first round of games."
No,
I was like,
it's a meme presidency, bro. They post
feels
legit
like-
memes.
it feels like
It feels like Black Mirror.
What's the word? Like not like a threat, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course
like
it's
the
a threat.
tweet felt like a threat.
Yeah, it's a threat. It's an indirect threat. That we know
Definitely.
directly what it means.
Like dark,
100%, bro.
like kind of like dark. Let the games begin.
Yeah, bro.
That's
They already
disgusting,
the
bro.
official U.S. page posts memes about deportation. The official White House page, like actually
Yeah, it's
across
insane.
social media. There's no rules, bro.
Yeah,
He broke the system. There's no rules anymore. It's actually insane.
but it's scary because it's like, what does that mean? That like at an event that like you know we joke about it, but like
I
really
wasn't
it's
joking.
okay. My fault.
Yeah. This dude is hilarious.
I'm just
Fucking jobs.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
what does it mean that at an event that's supposed to attract like so many people from different countries from all around the world and different backgrounds, like the U.S. government is literally like, yeah, we're gonna be there looking for people who don't belong here. I don't know. We've never seen something like that in our
Yeah.
lifetimes at like a major sporting event. I know it's not the World Cup yet, but like this is supposed to be like the build up excitement
Yeah.
for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just makes you think sometimes it's just about the history and alignment of, this country, what it stands for, and what people who aren't from here, according to them, get treated.
Yeah.
It falls in line.
Yeah.
And it makes you think that, like, if that's something that's really, really, really ever going to change.
But what's crazy to me is that it's gone so far that even the capitalistic yearning of money from people
Yeah,
from
we
other
talked about
countries,
that, yeah.
they're like, nah, we still don't want you here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a new level of American racism. Because the one thing America's always going to do is support you spending money.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like, yeah, we still don't need you. That to me is a different level of we don't give a fuck.
And they're the
And
ones.
that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because those people are, I mean, you have tournaments like this because it's good for the economy,
Yeah.
right? Club World Cup, biggest sporting event in the world. And then guess what, guys? Also, LA Olympics 2028
Yeah.
at the end of his presidency. What the fuck is he going to do for that?
Yeah.
Which is an even more global event in terms of amount of country representation of athletes. What's that going to look like?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, it's just, yeah. We'll see. I always thought at the very least the capitalistic shit would low-key stop some of the levels of the deportation
Yeah.
just for the fans. And even then, still no. So we're going to see, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to
And
see.
The other thing I was thinking about too is like obviously Trump put out the travel ban
Yeah.
for like I think it's
12.
I think it was originally 12, but I think he put out more.
Jesus Christ. Can't even keep up with
But like some of the countries on that list are like
countries in the World Cup.
countries that will be in the Club World Cup, teams that will be
Yeah.
coming from countries in the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
And like one, obviously the first thing I thought about was like, oh, fans will be able to
Fans, yeah.
travel. But then I was also thinking about even further. I'm like, it complicates the process for players. It complicates the process for like team staff.
Yo.
And then also like you can't bring your family with you. Like my wife can't come to watch me play in the
Yeah.
Club World Cup in the US, like
It's
overseas,
ridiculous.
like
Yeah.
because of a travel ban. I don't know. It's just a lot, bro.
And with travel bans, I don't know what the exceptions are
Yeah.
that are allowed, but everything I'm hearing is like it's more strict than before. It's more strict,
Yeah.
and it's proving to be strict. You
Yeah.
see the scenes going on in LA. Press for what's going on in LA right now. All the
Facts.
raids, the protests, police violence. Like this shit is just it's insane, bro.
and,
it's insane.
And yeah, there's supposed to be Club World Cup. The Gold Cup
It
starts.
starts
on-
Saturday.
The Gold Cup starts this weekend. There are games supposed to be
Yeah.
in LA,
It's a
and
fact.
the whole city is like under fucking
Yeah,
the
curfew in
Marines
downtown.
and curfews
Yup.
and shit. It's mad dystopian right
It
now.
is.
Like it's supposed to be the summer of soccer,
Yeah,
and it's just fucking. There's so much just bad shit going on.
yeah.
So, I don't know. It's scary, bro.
I hope we'll see. Sometimes you got to hit a low to go up. So maybe all the bullshit is gonna make him realize we can't move like this with the World Cup. But we'll see.
I don't know.
Because the level of not giving a fuck has risen. to levels that I did not know a president really or an administration could have. It's alarming, bro.
Nothing, I don't know. Nothing is pointing to like
calming down.
He gonna be like, actually, you know what? Let me not do this next year.
Yeah,
and it's just like it feels like we're living through like history. Like it feels like people are gonna look back and be like, damn, like the way we talk about like all the bad things that happened in Rio and like all the things in Russia and all the construction things in Qatar. It's like people are gonna look back at the U.S. World Cup and even the Club World Cup and think about deportation and ICE and immigration issues and like how it wasn't even sports washing. Like it's not even like the U.S. tried to cover up their issues. What's even crazier, they fed into it even more.
Yeah,
we're finished, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's an alignment with what this place is about, bro. Like
I
don't know.
Because America likes money. To reject the money to choose the racism is super.
How did America start making money? From fucking niggas over?
Of course. Absolutely. But usually they'll take the money, for instance, from like, say, black consumers in America and then not care about the black population. Yeah. Now they're like, nah, we don't need to come here and spend money.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of...
What?
It's back against the wall.
Yeah.
In terms of like, how the country's projected to evolve.
Yeah.
Especially racially. And so they're trying to fight against that.
And it's the irony too, right, of this country made up of, other than the natives, all these people from other countries.
You feel me?
Being the most xenophobic. Yeah, I do feel it. Yeah, they're trying to fight back at the browning of America, as they call it.
Just become brown, man.
Yeah. Just do it, nigga. You want to be safe, get brown surgery, nigga.
Just become brown.
Just allow the
brown, bro. We didn't do nothing to you, bro. Why are you so mad?
Allow the brown.
Allow the brown, man. Allow the brown. Why y'all so mad, bro? Actually, relax. Yeah, racism, when you really think about racism, that shit is nuts.
Yeah.
That shit is what? Are you good, bro?
Niggas are actually just mad.
Why are you just like angry at us?
It's just mad.
This shit, like,
yeah, it's a fact.
We should be mad at you, nigga. What?
Type shit.
We should be deporting white people if we're gonna be really fucking honest, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's true. It's interesting, bro. I wish Wolf could jump in. I need a
I know he got good perspective.
Nah, because we just got from
You said Southern?
Yeah, we got the liberal, know what I'm saying? Northeast.
Well, I mean, I was talking to Molly when I was getting my cut.
Molly.
The barber.
Oh, Molly the barber. Yeah. So I was thinking a woman named Molly.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I was talking to Molly when I was getting my cut, and we were talking about racism and shit.
Yeah.
And he was saying, because he grew up in the South. I think he grew up in Georgia.
He spent time between Harlem and like North Carolina. Yeah.
Okay, North Carolina. But he was talking about how like when he used to like go to Cracker Barrel with his like grandma, he was like he would pull up to like you been to Cracker Barrel before? It's like a Zaxby's, but maybe Zaxby's is a bad example. It's like a Southern food place.
Yeah, known for racist.
We know you're not from there.
Yeah.
But he was saying he would like pull up with his grandma, and like white people, like older white men would be sitting outside, like on some like don't come here type shit, and he would be like, oh, like, can we go eat? And she'd be like, nah, like we can't eat there. I'm like, damn, nigga, like this nigga's like 24.
Yeah, it's
not like I'm talking to like an old man. He's talking like 10, 15 years ago. I'm like, shit, bro.
That shit did not change.
Them niggas was going through shit that we, like you said, we didn't even really experience.
It's more direct, which is sometimes, I guess, more appreciated because, you can see who really is on your side, who's not.
Yeah.
Up here, we got to deal with the fact that everybody's progressive when it's like, you're not really jacking me, bro.
Listen, I'm from upstate. They not progressive. Direct racism. I felt that shit, too.
Confederate flag and that.
Yeah.
Wolf, what the word, man?
Word.
I need some input.
He wants you to talk about your trauma, bro.
Nah, fair. You don't got to. You don't got to. That's a fact, actually. But no, man, it's just interesting to see how like it even shows itself differently in this country. Obviously, historically.
Yeah.
Too, if you look how things have progressed, there's definitely between the North and the South, there's
of
more
course
progressive whatever areas and locations.
Yeah.
The fuckeries, man.
Last thing I'll say is like it brings back to one of our very first pod convos about the controversy around the 22 World Cup taking place in Qatar. And how much media pressure there was on them, how much media pressure has been on Saudi Arabia for 2034, and the lack of thinking about the U.S. not being fit to host in 2026, when it's continuously being more evident that this is likely going to be a worse fan experience than in Qatar was in 2022. which isn't about, measuring the level of evil, because of course the migrant worker situation there was terrible. We know there's some terrible things involved with 2034 in Saudi Arabia. But the point is to always address the terrible things that are going on and not hide behind it because it's a Western country. That's what we was always getting at from day one when we started the pod, was that you can't just call out this evil and then not the evil directly in front of you because it doesn't suit your narrative. So that's exactly what we were going on. So it's not about comparing what's worse, what's this, but yeah, man, the U.S., it's just as bad as the other countries in a different way, but it's who's fit to host the World Cup? You know what I'm saying? It goes back to that conversation. It's crazy.
And just to be clear, it's not like a condemnation of FIFA. Like,
it's not FIFA. It's Trump, nigga. Like,
they can't. Like, it's not in their role to dictate what the U.S. government does. So it's not a condemnation of FIFA.
Yeah.
It's just like the situation in the country right now, like the politics in the country right now, and like people always say, don't mix politics and sport, don't mix race and sport.
It's the most political thing.
More and more is becoming like evident that they're inextricably linked.
Bro, I mean, this World Cup, the experience is going to be determined by the people in power.
Yeah. And politics and sports always been connected. Yeah. From Jesse Owens and man, it just keeps going. But speaking of the Club World Cup, in a little bit of lighter news, me and Josh got to go to the Kids Super PUMA release event for the 7 different PUMA teams who will be wearing their custom Kids Super PUMA collaboration kits for the Club World Cup. And we also got these incredible boots as part of it.
I am so
Come on, this is nuts.
Jealous.
He's jealous. He's envious.
Jealous.
But look what we got. I mean, these are crazy. The design, the colors, absolutely popping.
I can lick these joints. You know when niggas used to lick their Jordans back in the day?
Tight, bro, fresh. Boy, what are you talking about? Like, these is crazy, crazy. High quality material, too. This is the official version. This is not that little $60, you know what I'm saying? This is the real one.
If you If you see me dribbling at you with these, just give up.
Give up, bro.
If you see me with these,
if you see me wearing these Vino Vriday this Friday, don't worry about it. I'm Team New School. I wear pink. What are you talking about? Like, these are crazy, bro. Nah. And shout out Combe,
shout out Kid Super.
Yeah, shout out Kid Super, Combe being the founder of it. And he's got himself as a kid playing footy on the shoebox because he's always been passionate about soccer. He also even played a little bit in Brazil. And it was really cool to hear about his design thinking in terms of each one of the 7 jerseys, the hand-drawn designs that were part of it, how each one ties into like a different culture. They had a whole show at the event as well. So it was kind of like a fashion show for the different jerseys that were being styled. And then he also just talked about how much he pushed with working with PUMA to always have soccer be involved. And it took a while, but he said, keep pitching, keep pushing. And now they're 5 years into this collaboration. So he's got a very inspiring story, and it's nuts. And my favorite coat I own is also from Kid Super.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this shit is tough. Kid Super X PUMA specifically.
If you want to add in, shout out Combe, another cat from New York doing his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Who we played with at the Cotton.
So at Cotton during the New York Fashion Week, we had a surprise guest feature. You know what I'm saying? Kid Super himself pulled up and we were able to ball out with him. That was definitely, it was a moment that was interesting to see the other members of the team. We're definitely surprised to see that happen. It was great to surprise people with that.
Do you remember when we were playing in the semifinal with no lights and he came on? Yeah. He fucking cooked his defender. He's on the left wing and he fucking beamed like the perfect pass to me, and I boomed that shit over the net.
You're mad funny. I forgot.
Nah, he was cold. He was cold.
I don't remember if I hit it over, if the keeper saved it, but it was on some shit like, damn, low key, I should have finished.
I'm glad you said that.
And he was like, it's all good, bro. Yeah. I was like, no.
He's good vibes.
I fumbled, bro.
The highlight. You could have had a highlight with Kid Super.
Bro. That shit was bad funny.
Chelsea boys, man.
Yeah.
This guy likes Chelsea too much. Man.
Word. They need a 9, bro.
You know how much he likes Chelsea?
How much?
He has Enzo on his hand. Show your hand. Yeah,
it's not true. It's not true.
That's Enzo.
It's not true.
Owns. 11.
Nah, but one.
I'm dying by 4.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. One.
And the kits are crazy. We'll put the kits in here. The kits are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I need a fucking kit. Second of all, Combe, if you see this, I missed your event, and I'm very sad.
So stupid.
I missed your event, and I'm very sad about it. And I would really appreciate a pair of these beautiful.
Remember
boots.
the Young Dolphin Key Glock meme?
Nah, but I will say, like from like a fashion perspective, obviously I'm not like a fashion expert, but I do appreciate the fact that like he actually genuinely always pushed for like the soccer and footy like just being inextricably linked. And like
Yeah.
I saw your story where he was talking about it, and I was like, damn, that's true. Like out of
Yeah.
all the designers and creators and fashion creative directors and stuff that we see out there, like he's the one that's consistently, like every single collection is like making that link, whether it's jerseys, boots, pants, the Ronaldinho collabs. Like he's actually always pushed that forward and has been a pioneer for the sport in that way.
He has.
So like he deserves all the flowers because nobody's really doing it like
for sure.
that.
And you can tell that he actually loves football, bro.
Exactly. He still
actually
kicks ball,
loves it.
bro.
Still kicks ball.
He kicked ball with Brooklyn FC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with Dino, he was at Paris Fashion Week, I believe, with Zillions and all that.
Crazy
this
stuff.
This was a year or two ago.
Yeah. I mean, look at the cover of the shoebox. It's been his life, bro.
Bro, he's always talked about the fact that like he wanted to collab with Dino. And so to make that happen was crazy, you know. He learned some small Portuguese, which he was, you know, flexing at the event. Yeah. Which is real cool. But no, man, it's authentic. And at the end of the day, these type of entertainment verticals are, what's the word? Irremovable. Or
irreplaceable.
Like, type shit. Like, it's just natural, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, listen, we're talking about a boots-only summer. I think I got y'all beat. I ain't gonna lie. I think me and Josh got you beat. Shit. Listen, hold on. Gee, look at that. Come on, gang. When you see these coming on the left and the right side, you're fucked.
Type shit. Nah, these is too hard, bro.
This is actually crazy.
I might not even playing these.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I can't get these started.
Yeah,
Damn.
you should break them in, though.
Yeah, it's facts. The eyeballs, like, honestly, the amount of, now that I'm looking at too, the amount of different faces within it, the design is incredible.
You should play in those. Like, those are.
Yeah, these are
like,
insane.
Yeah, those are too hard to just, like, sit in the crib.
Yeah. Like when they say like wear your sneakers,
they deserve to like be.
I'll play it at TST next year.
Yeah,
you gotta play on the turf though, type shit.
Yeah, yo,
TST.
speaking of Diaspora Cup, listen, it's coming. It's coming. Speaking of TST just finished, bro. What are y'all thoughts on TST just as a tournament? It seems like it's growing.
I have nothing positive to say.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Why? Just life.
I mean, I don't have anything positive to say, so I'm not gonna say it.
That's cool. Josh, any thoughts on?
That's how you feeling?
Any thoughts on TST?
It was good to see Drip FC. Shout out Hugh.
Yeah.
Shout out Hugh.
It's a fact.
No, I mean
Lupe played on that team too.
Yeah, shout out Lupe as well. Facts.
Yeah.
Shout out Isaiah. I think's his name.
Yeah, Reed, right?
Yeah, facts.
Founder. Yeah. Shout out him.
But no, at the end of the day, you know, it's going a lot more awareness. I think Sebastian put on his story about how like he was a big Luis Nani fan.
Yeah.
And Nani pulled up there, was at his party there. So I think it's Sebastian. I keep getting his name wrong.
Yeah.
But no, man, people are able to see people, you know what I'm saying? Aguero.
Yeah. One of the players of the tournament. Like that's just insane. Like what are we talking about? Aguero in the US and the $77 million. Yeah, like what do we
His name Cary, North Carolina, some shit.
Yeah, it's just wild. It's really like it's an insane tournament. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's very, you know what I mean? It's new age.
Yeah, it's very new age.
It definitely just shows the fact that footy's growing in like, you know, the US, and so there's a lot of different angles that people are trying to get to it. Because it's a different tournament that became a soccer tournament. But shout out to the people involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. About to get Seb? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Seb's about to join us. We'll see y'all in 1 second.
Oh, dear. Nah, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, amidst all that's going on in the U.S., if you want to have a good time, you know, we're talking about cups.
Yeah. Chee.
What date is that?
Listen, June 13th, 2025, Vino Vriday.
Is that a Thursday or Friday or Saturday?
Friday, baby. You know the vibes.
Okay.
AKA tomorrow, because this will be coming out on Thursday. Yeah. Did a clip on it, but pull up, old school versus new school R&B party, clothing theme for which team you represent, and I will have 2 DJs representing each one of these teams. Pink for new school, white for old school. A lip sync battle for a cash prize. 1 old school song, 1 new school song. $150 if you perform the best.
Can I perform in these?
Absolutely, bro. That can be your mic. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's lip sync, though, so you don't even have to really sing. You just got to act it out.
There's no lyrics. It's not karaoke?
Nah, but you have to lip sync it. So you can't just, like, stand still. You have to, like, mouth the words.
I can't
You don't have to sing it. You can sing if you want to, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, the mic won't be on, but you can sing.
Shit.
Absolutely.
You ready to give me the award?
Bro, go ahead. Listen, you got to pick, like, a new age spooky song type vibe, you know, unless you want to.
Could I bring, what you call it, like someone for like a duet?
Bro, duets is welcome.
Shit.
Listen, Vino Vriday where you find love.
I got to send out a poll.
Send out a poll, bro.
Wolf, how you feeling?
Put it in the close friends.
He said about what? He said about what?
Duet with your man's is nuts.
Bro, what if that's what we're good at? Bro, what if we trying to start groups?
I mean, actually,
so an R&B group with two niggas is nuts?
Fair. I'm trying to think.
Ain't that your thing?
I'm trying to think, but if you pick new school, what's a new school R&B, two guys singing the song? Oh, Drake and Party. I bet.
Know what I mean?
We in Miami turning up and down the night. You know, do that song.
Type
feel
shit.
Me?
You about to hit that?
Oh, listen, bro. I can't win my own event. You feel me? I can't do that.
Respect.
And listen, we can't do that.
You gotta share the cash prize.
That's a fact, bro. Bring it right back to me.
Type shit.
You thought y'all was gonna take the cash prize. What is you talking about, bro? Nah, it's gonna be fun though.
People that already signed up to sing.
So I don't have a sign up for it yet. I'm trying to figure out what exact songs I'm gonna do, and then also gauge in person. Probably use a little QR code day of, and then we're gonna do it.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
you get people who feel me come back, and you just start not rivalries on some intense competitive thing, but if there's people who always pull up to Vino singing, and they're over, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep the lip sync battles coming, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it coming. It's gonna be a fun little vibe for sure.
If you could lip sync one song from each, which one you doing?
Old school,
yeah.
Probably Yo, Excuse Me, Miss Chris Brown. Slow Down, Bobby V. Another one.
Oh, is
Just
it?
Kiss My Sean, for sure.
Is it?
Come on, bro. What? That's how I was walking in the homeroom.
She.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at you. Can't even stop smiling.
You know what's funny, bro?
This is
Nah, you know I really like R&B because when I was 12, my ringtone was Blame It by Jamie Foxx, which is hilarious. I don't know what he was talking about.
Fair.
Blame It on the Goose. I know what Goose was.
Bro, ringtones really used to be a thing, man.
Yeah, bro. And I didn't even pay for it, so I played it out of the speaker. So this was what? 2009. Best I ever had was another ringtone.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Played it off of YouTube and then recorded it.
Oh,
yeah, it was a time, man.
LimeWire and shit.
I never used LimeWire, but I used Dat Piff. I know you know Dat Piff. Bro, come on now. Free just heat.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to approve samples because it was free.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Say that.
Seb is here.
What a fucking day.
What a day. Seb, do you want to go instantly on camera?
Sure.
I'm kidding. You don't have to.
I did.
No,
I bet. Sit down.
Yeah.
Settle, man.
We just talked about the Kid Super Puma event.
This nigga, Neo, get into this nigga. What's good with the half tech, nigga?
Wow. Half tech.
What's good with the half tech, nigga? Nah, what's good with the half tech? I never seen this nigga in a tech before.
Wait, what time did you get
you have a tech? You have a track suit?
Yeah, no. You have a Nike in his life.
You have a track suit?
Do you have the top to it?
This nigga own a track suit? Get the fuck up. What up?
That's crazy.
What up? You wear a track suit? This nigga in a trackie, bro.
Well, he wears tracksuits to be fair, but Puma ones.
This nigga wear a black tracksuit.
Black.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Nah, this nigga, yo.
What a fucking day.
Yo, catch imagine you see this nigga in a black tracksuit outside your crib, like this nigga.
Rev 10 for sure. Coming to get that Venmo because he does not accept Zelle.
Nah, Rev 10 for
Rev 10 is definitely getting that Venmo.
Yo, this nigga in a tracksuit. Damn. You have the top as well.
Yo.
You have the top.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine it. Like, if I catch this nigga in a text,
listen.
I would just look. I don't even say hello. If I see across the street, I'll just look.
Hood squeezing the hair.
Yeah, type shit. I'll just look. I'll just be like, yo, hell no.
Oh, shit. You didn't even realize. Okay. It's too much going on.
Okay.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
What's up? You are now with the Illuminati, also known as FIFA. So how's that going?
Wow, what a day.
Yeah. Put us on. I sent you mics.
Yeah, the morning.
In the morning. I know you had to wake up early to get over there. Were you already over there when I sent you the mics?
Yep. I was there at 7 a.m. this morning.
In Jersey?
In Jersey.
So you had to wake up at like 6 or earlier.
I was up at 6.
Jeez.
Today was insanity.
Had to be.
It's also my birthday.
More life, Sebastian. We don't know each other's birthdays.
Wait.
He didn't say a word. Live reaction. I didn't know.
I knew, but I wanted to see if they would say anything.
How? I don't know when people's birthdays are, bro.
You're not a fucking Gemini, bro.
Hey, I'm a triple Gemini.
He's right next to my other guy's birthday, bro. I was waiting to see you.
So today was perhaps one of the most insane days of my life. It's cool that
What the fuck?
it's cool that the World Cup starts on my
bro.
birthday.
Yeah.
It's cool as fuck that the World Cup starts on my birthday. It's very cool.
Happy 22nd.
Thank you.
You're chosen. You're like Lamine, baptized by Messi.
But
That's a fact.
Baptized by
Joyeux
God.
anniversaire.
today was
Listen.
insane. Today was insane.
Talk about it. I mean, it's footy related, so.
Yeah, so the World Cup event launch for where the Fan Fest will be happened this morning. So part of what I've started to help FIFA with, at least the New York, New Jersey committee, is work on their social accounts for how to kind of make everyone in this region know as much as possible about what's going on with the New York, New Jersey FIFA committee. So today was the event where Victor Cruz and a couple Nets players and a couple Mets players, a couple Jets players, a couple
Knicks?
Gotham players, no Knicks.
Oh, they in Cancun right now, so
Yeah. Came through and kind of gave a bit of an opening to the New York, New Jersey government officials, so the mayors of both sides, the governors of both sides, first ladies, blah, blah, blah. And so all these teams activated. There was tons of people there, tons of influencers, tons of just fans in general who were kind of enjoying the fact that, all right, the ribbon has been cut. There's this massive activation space over at Flag Plaza where World Cup games will be watched. I assume that hundreds of thousands of people will be in that area during World Cup time.
it's crazy.
So that was my morning, kind of just making sure that all the videos, did probably 65 videos this morning.
The mics worked?
Mics worked.
It's lit. Let's go.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
That's not what I need the mics for, though.
Oh, okay.
I was coordinating the photographers and the videographers and all that. And then for Relevant, Dortmund pulled up to New York today. So I spent the afternoon with Weidenfeller, the former Dortmund goalie.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Weidenfeller. Weidenfeller, we did a New York City challenge. That was from like 12:45 to like 2:30 p.m. We were basically running around New York. He had set like a bunch of different things he wanted to do: ride a city bike, order like go to a deli, kind of the classic.
Yeah, of
nonsense.
course. He's a legend, bro.
No, he's a good guy.
He was on their classic team. He won the Bundesliga with
He was a
them and all
very,
that.
very,
Yeah.
very good guy. So that's what I needed the mics for, because we were
Okay.
filming all that today. So I was coordinating that. And then afterwards, with Patrick Owomoyela, legend, serious person, we went to all 5 boroughs. Which was
Jeez.
insanity today.
By what? Train
By
or
train
you
and Uber. And we went up to the Bronx. So we started in Brooklyn, got tacos in Brooklyn. Went up to Queens, got Filipino food in Queens. Up to the Bronx, got Ghanaian food. Well, Senegalese Ghanaian food in the Bronx. Got some classic Joe's Pizza. And then went to Staten Island and got burgers.
Wow.
And then I came here.
Well, you in a Nike Tech the whole day
That's what I was wearing, bro.
on your birthday.
My
You
birthday.
just
On your
flexed the
birthday.
Nike Tech. You're eating well though, bro.
Yeah, I didn't have
Definitely.
any food today.
You didn't eat at those spots?
No.
What? Why not?
Budget.
Gee, bro.
Anyways.
I would have paid for that.
So
No, I
It's
mean,
your
I had
birthday.
I had Filipino food.
Okay, good.
But
Did
yeah.
you eat on the banana leaf?
that is your
Yeah.
your
Fire.
favorites too.
Yeah.
Filipino food is fire.
What's your favorite Filipino? What's the noodles?
Pancit.
Okay.
Chicken pancit. Yeah. Good stuff.
I got like the fish platter in Toronto, and I did something similar in Philly too. Always straight on the banana leaf. They have a really cool way of serving their food.
Most importantly, bro, more life to you. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
more life,
my
bro.
guy.
Thank you so
We
much.
Congrats
love you.
to
Hey,
you.
we love you, Seb.
Yeah,
Yes, too.
Seb, you're a
This is
fucking
very
legend, bro.
Thank you.
Youngest in charge for real.
Yeah.
If we do, I'm gonna give you some real flowers. So Lamine is 17, but football ends, let's say 40 the latest. If you do the math of how long like a corporate/business career is, Seb is like a 15-year-old footballer doing what he's doing.
Seb's a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
On some actual shit. If you do look at
Seb's
like
a
that,
13-year-old.
the length of your real career.
Seb's a
compared to
10-year-old
football,
playing
He's like a
21.
10-year-old in the UCL finals.
He's a 10-year-old who's
Look at Seb
played-
taking compliments. He can't do that shit.
he's a 10-year-old. He's a 10-year-old.
It's
He's a
your
10-year-old.
birthday attention. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a 10-year-old. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a 10-year-old phenom who's played in every single
League.
league. He's
Yeah.
played for Bundesliga.
He's a
He's
Wayne
played for
Rooney.
Serie A. He's
Yeah,
played
Wayne
for
Rooney.
MLS. He's played for the Zuri. He's played for AFCON.
Cameroon.
He's
Yeah.
played for
He's playing for Belize.
EFL. He got promoted and
yeah,
relegated,
exactly.
promoted again.
Nah,
Like,
for real.
He's played
This
for
guy
he's
is
played for
industry.
Bundesliga too.
yeah.
This guy is the industry. Like people be up to me like, yo, come on, like, yo, for me, I like what you're doing, feel me? How you get connected? Seb,
No, actually, every single time.
We work hard so we can stop very soon.
Seb,
It's true.
Very soon.
Facts.
Seb.
No, you can retire a lot younger because you're so like it's hard to even fathom how far ahead of schedule you are. Because
Yeah.
to be honest, we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, as niggas who
27,
are older
28.
than you.
So if we're ahead of schedule in our late 20s, you are fucking just
God
like
bless, guys.
ridiculously ahead of
Shut
schedule.
the fuck up.
COVID. Thank COVID.
Type shit.
Genuinely, it's
I
just
would
COVID.
not-
That's
I don't
when
think COVID.
that's when we first.
Think taking advantage of a dark time.
that's
what I'm saying.
that's
of
when
course.
we
I'm
first.
being your PR guy. Yeah.
Appreciate it. I had time and nothing to do.
That's when we.
And you
first-
shot your shot from early. You didn't give a fuck.
dude.
Which is what a lot of people
Yeah,
That's
niggas
when
were
we
beating
can-
their dick and eating pizza.
they were doing that.
Like
You're not wrong. Yeah,
like
and Seb was hitting us up.
You
like,
had
Yo,
nothing-
I have,
you
I
had
have a
nothing-
merch launch.
a lot
Are
of
you
niggas
ready?
had nothing to do, and them niggas were beating their meat
Yeah.
and not like trying to do shit.
Yeah, that's when we.
And you were trying to do shit.
One could do both.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
One could do both.
That's when we were You know, that's when we first connected.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You gonna
It's
do
like-
both today?
What?
Probably.
You said what? What did you ask?
Birthday,
Do both today.
birthday beat.
Birthday beats.
Yeah, but
Y'all
actually,
really-
Birthday beat
I'm
is
not
tough.
editing this, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Come on,
All right,
bro.
cool. Just making sure.
come on, bro.
Birthday beat is
You want to
fun.
edit it?
Yeah,
Oh, this nigga Josh. I'm just gonna cut you out of this portion. All right, that cool?
I didn't introduce the topic. I didn't do
Good.
this. I
Josh.
don't talk like this.
He's invisible. He's invisible.
Birthday
Oh,
beat.
listen. Speaking of getting beat down, the United States men's national soccer team is in
Disgusting
Wesh.
segue.
awful
We're gonna
form
cut it
right
out.
now.
We're gonna
Yeah,
cut it out.
before we get to you, relax.
Oh, the Azuri too. We gotta
Yeah,
talk about
relax.
you. You're on the topic
Yeah,
tracker
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
both your countries.
We're gonna get to you.
We got
Don't
three
worry.
though. You got Cameroon as well.
Depression.
So U.S. men's national team just took a 4-0 beatdown by the Swiss. Shout out Fabrice. Shout out Artie. They turned us into Swiss cheese in the first half, let alone,
In the first like 35 minutes.
which makes it even worse. Fresh off the 2-1 loss to Turkey, where we gave Arda Güler an accidental tap and just kicking it off of him. Coming away from no, literally though.
Kicking it off of it.
I
he did,
mean-
bro. He did.
We have the drama of some of the OGs hating on guys like Pulisic not being there, so there's now a huge media clash between the old and the new school. Kind of, it's just an entire mess,
Yeah.
and we're exactly 1 year away from the World Cup today. This will come out later, but
Yeah.
I mean, and we have a new coach, Pochettino. We lost to Panama, and was that the Nations
Who
League?
Seb slammed because he doesn't speak the best English.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue.
It's rather unmotivated looking team is what I'll say.
So, I mean, there's a lot of angles to go at this. One is the current form. How do we feel about it? Two, do we feel like some guys should have been with the U.S. camp that weren't? There's that whole debate over should Pulisic have pulled up. So what's y'all thought on the current state? And then kind of the debate around the players being there, not being there. Because that's
So-
become quite the media drama in
Yeah.
the U.S. with Donovan and everybody.
What I'll say is like us as insiders, we have the opportunity and the ability sometimes to like talk to people who are either close to U.S. national team players or
Yeah.
literally talk to U.S. national team
yeah,
players.
yeah.
In my conversations with some of these people, one of the things I've heard is that these boys are like mentally not able to kind of withstand the pressure that's mounted onto them every time they do media obligations.
Yep.
As a U.S. national team player right now, and at least for the past 2 years, every single time you do anything media related, the first 3 questions are about the expectations for you and your country at World Cup.
Yep.
Not even countries like France and Spain and Germany have that level of questioning about the World Cup
Yeah.
right now. Like when Mbappe does media, he's not really being asked about the World Cup.
Yeah.
At least he hasn't been for the past 2 years.
It's the
Maybe
host. Yeah.
maybe he's starting to. But I understand that because the U.S. is hosting it, because there's so much money being invested in the American national team right now, and so much money being invested in soccer in America right now,
Yep.
it has to be the question. We have to ask, you and I, like we literally have had to ask this question.
Yeah.
But the players are like, dude, it's too much. It's too much. It's like imagine you've been preparing for a test for the past 4 years, and every single day you go outside, someone asks you about how you're feeling about that test.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle a little bit. And so that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people not being able to mentally take the weight of something that, from a sporting perspective, I don't really think as much pressure has been heaped on a national team with this level of talent before heading into a World Cup.
Yeah, I think
This
it's
might be the
probably
least
fair.
talented World Cup team to have this much pressure on them.
I think part of it is playing in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
And playing in CONCACAF, and after winning, I think we won 3 straight Nations Leagues, something like that. We had just won the Gold Cup into that like 2022 era, whatever it was, before obviously failing to Copa America, was 2023, 2024, is you kind of overlook every other tournament and go straight to the World Cup.
Yeah.
There isn't that Euros barrier. No one really cares about the Nations League as much as the UEFA Nations League.
Yeah.
So it's just like looking, after 2022, it looked like you look straight ahead at the 2026 World Cup and that's it.
Yeah.
And bypass everything else.
Literally what
And
it
in
is.
between, we failed at every other step. Knocked out a group stage of Copa America, which was a failure. The Nations League didn't go well, lost to Panama again in that. Now the friendlies are not looking good. Then there's the squad questions. It's interesting, man. It's not good. But at the end of the day, with all that pressure that's being put on going straight to the World Cup, if we perform at the World Cup, none of this matters.
Absolutely.
Honestly, yeah.
None of it matters. You know what I mean? It literally, completely erases it.
Completely. But
So-
yeah, I mean,
That's all it comes down to.
generally the host nation gets a favorable group.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
The only-
Expanded format too, so that should be more favorable, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if I had to give a prediction right now, I feel like we'll still find a way to get around to 16. But if we run into like even not a Spain, Germany, but lower to like let's say a Belgium type team
Yeah.
or Japan, probably take the L. A Senegal, take the L. You know what I mean?
Probably take the L.
I think we'll like find a way to get out the group,
Yeah.
get to around a 16, run into a team that's just more ready. But when I thought we could do quarterfinal, semi maybe.
Makes me sad.
But that's as of now. Things can change. We'll see how the club season goes next summer. But then, the other side is thoughts on the whole Pulisic drama and guys like Donovan saying, as you mentioned earlier, this is what it means to play for the U.S. national team.
Can you explain it briefly?
So during Portugal-Spain, which obviously has nothing to do with the U.S. men's national team, seeing Ronaldo move to tears over winning the Nations League, Donovan on the broadcast took the chance to say, see, this is what it should mean for you to play for your national team. This is what, excuse me, I can't help but think about the U.S. men's national team and certain guys deciding not to play, deciding not to pull up for this current camp. This is what you have to be doing. And until we have this kind of passion, it's just not going to be there. But obviously, there's a lot of nuance to that. We have Christian Pulisic, the main star that he's talking about in his sub, being someone who came off an extremely long season, AC Milan, playing at the top portion of European football, has dealt with injuries in the past before. And so there's definitely a reason why he's not there, but Donovan thinks whether you're hurt, whatever it is, you still have to pull up. And then it's caused a lot of back and forth. So Pulisic's dad put into ChatGPT, tell me about Landon Donovan's sabbatical and why he took it. Because ironically, Landon Donovan took a sabbatical from the U.S. men's national team. And it says, Landon Donovan took his sabbatical because he was feeling both physically and mentally exhausted after years of intense competition and the pressure that comes with being a top athlete. He'd been playing professionally from a young age and had participated in multiple World Cups, so he felt the need to step back and take some time for himself. This break allowed him to rest, travel, and ultimately return to the game with a refreshed mindset, which is exactly what Christian Pulisic would be doing right now. So some irony there. And then guys like Kenny defended him, Eddie Johnson, former national team player as well. Definitely black soccer icon too in America, defending Pulisic too. But it's become a whole media thing. Then I've seen other podcasts with U.S. men's national team former players saying, no, like you have to be there. The passion's not there. So it's definitely just, it's very tense in U.S. soccer media right now. Also the fan perspective. So any thoughts as American soccer fans?
Problem is, I work in soccer, so I don't know how comfortable.
We all do, but you're the Illuminati, so you really
but
can't.
like Pulisic is just a lot better than Donovan as a player. Like in terms of like as an American national, like he's a lot better. He's like made it a lot further as a player. Yeah, he's played a lot more in Europe.
Yep.
And so at a certain point, like I don't know if y'all have ever played like if people watching have ever played like high level high school sports, but like. You don't tell the kid that's really, really good on the team, you don't hold him to the same standard because when it matters in the games that matter, you count on them to perform. Like, Donovan is not a guy that the team won't feel comfortable calling out because Donovan was never that much better than anyone else. But Pulisic is so...
I feel like he was their best player
at the time, he was...
Yeah, but there was still an understanding in regards to the global scale, like world of football, that Donovan was still a bench-level player in the Bundesliga.
Okay.
Whereas Pulisic is like a top 5 player in Italy right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say what made what a lot of people what made PSG special, that's funny. What made PSG special this season, people say, is that they didn't have anyone above the team.
Yeah, sure.
But I will say I don't think Pulisic is being above the team by knowing that his body needs this rest. First off, it's ridiculous that players are playing competitive games right now. When I saw Vitinha get subbed in,
it's disgusting.
And what's worse is that it's in Germany. Did he get to go home at all? Did he just stay in Munich, play in the semifinals?
That's a good question.
And he's still dusting dudes on the wing. Then he won the Nations League. Nuno Mensch just locked down Lamine Yamal, probably one of the only games he got locked at this entire season. Yeah. Scored a banger, had an assist. They just won the UCL. They should be celebrating with family, vacation, everything.
Yeah, eating their...
So, dog. And it's also...
Full, eating their fill.
Eating... What?
Yo. It's a term, eating their fill. Like...
Oh, okay.
Like eating until you're full.
Okay, got you.
What does tongue in cheek mean?
Saying it without really saying it. Like holding your tongue.
Type shit.
Yeah. Wait, that was like 30 minutes ago.
What did you think it meant?
I didn't think anything.
Yo, you saying that now when that was like 30 minutes ago?
It's all right.
Nigga's sick, bro.
It's just been marinating in his head.
It's all right.
He was going to text me at midnight like, what is, yo?
He's texting his shorty right now with his tongue in cheek.
I'm not you.
Wow. So
fascinating.
So U.S. soccer.
Fascinating. I'm not you.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, I think point being, I think a lot of players, and now the Club World Cup, these players need rest, bro. This is not sustainable.
The schedule is actually disgusting when you actually like.
Yeah.
Like when I peeped that Gold Cup was this weekend and
Club World Cup.
Huh?
And Club World Cup.
Yeah, but even just like the U.S. men's national team opener for the Gold Cup is on Sunday, and they're playing friendlies this week.
Yeah.
And they're just playing in their local leagues the week prior. It's like, okay, like there used to be no break. Now there's actually like no break.
And then the season starts like mid-August.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
So contractually, they have 2 weeks off, like minimum. And then,
what is this, a fucking corporate 9 to 5? That's insane for athletes.
It is.
American football is not like that. NBA is not like that. Tennis, you create your own schedule.
It is.
That's insane
Yeah,
for the amount of physical toll it puts on your body, especially the players that are like wingbacks, the amount of cardio you're doing.
Yeah, after one game, you actually need like 2-3 days.
The amount of hard cuts and turns in soccer, like the shift of pace, that is insane. And you're training in between the games.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
I would be tight if I had to go up against Mendes for 90 minutes. That fucking 6'4" nigga just bodying me every single play, and then I got to go.
He's 6'4"?
I don't think he's 6'4".
I don't think. Yeah.
And
I was like, yo, shit.
this point,
he's like 5'11". He's like 5'11".
Yeah.
This gets me to another point about like fans who are like unhappy with players who like leave for money.
Oh, that's
like,
hilarious. Yeah.
Like how? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I literally never get to take time off.
Yeah.
You want me to remain in Liverpool?
Yeah.
What?
It's fair, bro.
Liverpool strays.
Liverpool
Yeah, Liverpool caught a stray
in
for
terms
sure.
of like the visual aesthetic,
Of course.
livelihood of your day. Just
Yeah.
exiting into a gray.
Yeah,
rain.
that is a stray.
Yeah.
They caught a stray.
It's funny,
fun,
bro.
bro.
It's a stray.
But it's
I don't
even-
think
it's
people
not
from
e-
Liverpool would tell you that their city is gray and rainy.
That's fair.
Even besides the location of the place, missing a lot of family birthdays, missing a
Yeah.
lot of just time that
The sacrifice is crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Nuance.
speaking of any final thoughts on the U.S. moving forward, Pulisic situation? Anything?
I have a prediction.
Okay.
I think that Gold Cup U.S. is not making out the group. Their group is Haiti, Trinidad, Saudi. I think Haiti and Saudi are gonna go through.
They might fire Poch on the spot if that happens. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's possible.
It's not like it's possible.
It is possible, and we're not gonna have our full strength squad either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that's not possible.
And think about it: no McKinney, no Weah, no Pulisic.
McKinney played against.
But he's gonna be with
Switzerland.
Juve for Club World Cup.
Oh,
they have
my
to.
days.
Yeah, and Weah. You know what I'm
They might
saying?
be finished.
PSV boys, y'all better step up. I guess I don't know.
They might be finished.
Yeah, I think they'll.
Relying on the
Hey,
PSV
I got
boys.
faith in y'all. Y'all gonna get through it.
Bro, they're gonna embrace
$17
they
billion
gonna
invested in
embrace the moment.
Rely on the PSV boys.
They gonna embrace the moment.
They bought out, bro.
They gonna embrace the moment.
That's a fact. They be alright.
They
I
gotta
speak
go up
life
against.
into
They
people.
gotta go up against 3 very just aggressive ass countries, bro.
Ooh, why are those countries aggressive?
In terms of fucking soccer, bro. Fuck me.
You pace and power in your own people is crazy, bro. It's fucked up. I'm
Anyways,
playing with you. But speaking of national teams struggling, Gliazzurri said, what's going on, bro? Already fired Spalletti. They currently sit 3rd place in their Nations League Group B, whatever the hell that thing
stinky.
is.
behind Norway and Israel. Man.
Behind
That's why-
Norway and Israel. Yeah,
That's-
no. Literally.
That's why I said wearing all black.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why I said wearing all
I can
black.
explain. I mean,
No.
They've
They've only played a few games, but yeah.
We've played less games than the other teams because we were in Nations League. So we
I don't give a
we
fuck.
haven't played. We haven't played. We don't
That's
have,
why I said
we have
wearing
not
all
had the
black.
opportunity to get
Oh, like
points.
matches played
Yeah.
type shit
You
in the
heard?
group.
I said that's why I said wearing all black. It's a
Yeah.
funeral,
Did you
nigga.
play?
It's
Did you
funeral.
play Israel?
No, not yet. But we do have to go.
France
to
tied them.
Don't lose to them niggas, bro.
Y'all can't lose yet. But yeah, bro, Spalletti fired.
Don't lose to them niggas, bro.
How long was Spalletti coach?
Spalletti coached about a year and a half. He coached us to the Euros, the worst Euros I've ever seen. That game against
What do you
Norway.
mean? Didn't they play well in the Euros?
No.
We lost to Switzerland in round of 16.
Yeah. And they barely scooted by from the Calafiori
90th
crazy
minute
banger.
fucking goal.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
all I remember.
They won the Euros before.
Yeah. We watched the game together, actually. We watched the Croatia game in my crib.
Yeah,
They were in the group with Spain.
Yeah, didn't bro score? Anyways,
That was in the group stage.
yeah.
Anyways.
And that was to get 3rd place in the group too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm remembering.
Yeah. Tied Albania, lost
Yeah,
to
like trying to
Spain.
find
Yeah,
a sneaky way to get into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next. Yeah.
I don't know. As someone who grew up going to Italy every summer and watching the evolution of Italian soccer, I I've said this on the pod a couple months ago. Italy is slowly not becoming a soccer country. Way more basketball courts, way more tennis courts, way more paddle courts going up than soccer fields.
Shout out Yannick Sinner. Y'all lost to my boy Carlos Alcaraz with the greatest comeback in maybe sports history. That was incredible.
I hate Sinner.
But
Sinner
Italian?
Sinner represents everything that's wrong with Italian sports.
Why?
Sheesh.
He's not a dog?
He is the reason why Italian soccer sucks. Well, I'm not gonna say he's the actual.
Why? Because he's good at tennis?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Formula One and
Italian
MotoGP
mafia.
and all of that nonsense has confused Italians from what the actual sport should be, which is soccer.
Italian mafia.
Dude, the front page of the Gazzetta should not be a tennis player, bro.
What did they say when he lost the game?
They were like honoring him, like good, like he did well. I mean, I
No,
know,
he's a great player.
Like, he's like I know that he should have won.
It's
He
a
had
buenos
but at the end of the
dias.
day, like whatever.
But the fact, an idiot,
the fact that the front page of Italian newspaper, the day that you lose 3-0 to Norway, is about tennis,
yeah.
bro. What?
They had to distract it, bro. They had
Yeah.
to distract from the pain, bro.
Was it 3-0 in the first half?
Yes.
Didn't that boy Nisa run rampant?
On the pain,
Bro,
with the
Nusa
money on
had
the
3
pain,
goals in the
man.
Bundesliga this year.
And 3 on y'all.
We're garbage.
Damn.
IFTV Marco, Mike Grella, growing up Italian, all of y'all. What are we doing?
Oh.
No, it's no shade. Like, what are we doing?
Help me.
Yeah, y'all asked for help.
It's a generation of it's probably about a generation and a half of Italians who have not seen Italy in a World Cup.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That
Is kind of crazy.
They're at risk of missing 3 straight.
Dude, you only
That's
get
unheard
you
of.
only get like 16, 15 World Cups in your lifetime.
Max.
Not even.
No, 16
That's-
is
that's a
max.
lot,
That's a long
bro. That's
life.
a lot.
3 gone is Italy. You have
Niggas,
four- you have 4
niggas get like
stars.
6, 7.
Well, don't speak that on me.
Yeah, that's 42, bro.
God bless. Hopefully, I'll get some more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get 16, but yeah.
And
6,
maybe-
7 that you can remember.
And maybe with the way Infantino is,
Your first,
you know,
your first 2, you're like infantile.
That's fair.
listen, I remember
Still.
2006.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
I
of here.
remember.
You were 3
You
years
3?
old.
I remember.
Word.
Bro, his memory could be
Yeah.
nice.
We won, so I remember it.
It's possible.
This
Could be his
nigga-
first
this nigga
memories.
could
Just
barely
seeing
walk.
blue
He's saying that
jerseys
because he
and-
don't remember it.
Facts.
You don't remember
You don't
this.
remember
You're not remembering 06 is crazy. But yeah,
I
but
don't
what
even
are
know.
who's Ranieri? Ranieri?
So
But they're saying
so
protect Ranieri.
They called Ranieri.
Yeah.
Ranieri said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And then Ranieri's wife said, "Bro, you said you were retiring."
Oh
bro."
yeah. He like 80
79.
79. He got it.
This is the 3rd time he's retired, and then a team that he cares about has called him and been like, "Yo, we need help." It happened with Cagliari, he helped them.
Yeah.
And Roma called him, and he helped them.
And wifey saying nah.
And Italy called him, bro. He's 79 years old. When is
Did he
gonna
accept
retire?
it?
No.
Okay.
His wife said, "Come on, man.
Cool.
Please."
79, you gotta chill, bro.
Yeah, you gotta relax.
No, I don't know. I think I mean there's an issue with Italy in the sense that we don't play young players.
Still, which is crazy in
Like
2025.
we have Camarda, we have there's an abundance of young Italian players that should be getting minutes that don't in Serie A.
yeah.
I mean you look at how Spain and Germany and England and France treat youth, and the difference between how the Italian league operates with youth is just night and day.
It is.
I mean, we'd rather go buy Morata at AC Milan than play Camarda, and
Yeah.
that sentence is indicative of the systemic issues with Italian soccer. The other systemic issue with Italian soccer is the way that coaching is incentivized
Yeah.
at the youth level, because coaches in Italy are incentivized to win instead of to teach.
Yeah.
And so essentially at a youth level, what allows you to win is if you have just big, strong, tall players.
Mm-hmm.
And so skillful, young, techie players that can actually take players on one-on-one do not exist within the Italian pyramid. And as the 6 to 7 years have gone by since the 2014 World Cup, we have not really had a techie Italian winger that has been able to take on players. You can
Yeah.
say Chiesa, but he's not really going to take on the man the way that a Lamine will, or the way that a Due will, or
Yeah.
the way that Luis Diaz will. or Leao, I can list wingers.
Vinny, whoever, yeah.
Kick and run ball.
So unfortunately,
It's
what
crazy.
we've created is an Italian team that doesn't necessarily have an identity that can play in modern soccer. And then we also have an Italian team that hasn't really hired a defensive coach.
Yeah.
And so if we aren't going to lean modern and attacking, we should lean defensive and solid, and we
Yeah.
don't do that. So
Catenaccio.
we should
Yeah.
go back to that. We have good defenders. We should just go back to
Yeah.
this. Get one goal, defend. Get
Boot
one
it
goal,
up to Keane and
Literally,
defend.
literally.
Mm.
And I'd be happy watching that if we get to go to a World Cup to do that. So
Yeah, because where's even like an Insigne? Those kind of guys.
in Toronto.
Giovinco also went to Toronto,
Also
which is
Toronto.
super random. Yeah. Yeah,
Why
man.
they like Toronto so much?
Who the other nigga too that got the white dude that got the braids?
Bernadeschi
Yeah, Bernadeschi.
with the yaps. Yeah, with the
He's
yaps.
nice though. He's nice.
He is. He is.
They
It's
got
crazy.
they probably got some mafia in Toronto.
There is a
They
little
do.
bit of connection.
New York too.
They just like giving them shit in Toronto.
Hey man, the TO Big 6. 666.
Shout out to 6.
Speaking of Serie A, some topics. Seb.
Yeah, Serie A season has ended. The three big Americans that we need to speak about are Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, and Timothy Weah at AC Milan and Juventus, respectively. Their seasons, arguably, these have been some of the most impressive seasons for American soccer players in Europe ever. Can we recap and talk about who we think did best and who we're really looking forward to seeing next year?
Honestly, next year I'm looking forward to seeing Tim. You know, he's
Yes,
been
sir.
played in many different leagues. You know what I mean? And scored some big goals, some very, very big bangers. Honestly, some goals that took over the game. You know what I mean? And so to see him build upon the season that he just had, obviously it's important to continue on and be consistent. But that's what we're looking back for him.
Yeah, versatile player too. He can play wing back. He can play further
That's
up as a straight up winger. And speaking of versatility, his teammate Weston McKennie had another really good season. Helped them qualify for the Champions League, which was a massive moment for Juventus. He's talked earlier in the season about how often it feels like every year going into the new year that he has to kind of fight for the position. There's the yaps about can he make it, can he not? But he always finds a way to get into the squad. He's even been captain a few different times. So I think McKinney's been a really big contributor to that team. Again, another versatile American player similar to Tim Weah on the squad. And I think he'll have a big season, especially with them qualified for the Champions League.
And for Christian, at the end of the day, he's literally been given the nickname Captain America at AC Milan. He gets shouted out at the San Siro every time he steps onto the field. So it's incredible to see an American player being recognized at that level by such a historic club. Again, Milan didn't have the greatest season this year. However, Pulisic was not a negative mark on AC Milan's season. I don't think people can necessarily criticize his work effort or the amount that he's given to the club over the past year and a half, 2 years that he's been there. Scored a lot of important goals and really gave it his all. It's important next year as AC Milan shapes up for him to make sure that he retains that spot. Pulisic has spoken a little bit about lacking a certain level of confidence or that kind of next step or that it factor consistently. So that's definitely the next step for him at AC Milan at a club like that is going to not be playing European football next year and will be singularly focused on the league. He has the opportunity to do something like what McTominay did this year, where you kind of have every single week to prepare and to get ready for that game. And I think that's exactly what Pulisic has been wanting and needing. So I think Americans should really be on the lookout for a stellar season from Christian next year.
Bro, Chris had a great start to the season, especially. So I'm looking for him to start off firing again.
100%.
Two of Italy's most historic clubs are coming to the U.S. this summer. Juventus and Inter Milan will be playing games across the United States. Juventus is coming off a season where they had to fight tooth and nail, but did in the end qualify for the Champions League. Their coach Igor Tudor was brought in and has now been confirmed for next season. Americans will get the chance to see players like Weston McKennie and Timothy Weah play on home soil. And, of course, Inter Milan will be here after an incredible season. At the end of the day, maybe not all the boxes that needed to be ticked were ticked, but they got to the places that at the end of the day, people didn't even think they would get to. So credit to Inter for that. They'll be in the United States this summer. How do you guys think Juventus will do? Who are you guys excited to see? And what do you think is success for Juventus in this tournament?
I mean, success for Juventus in this tournament, obviously, we playing well. You know, obviously showcasing the youth that they have. Obviously, you know, being in the U.S. would be lovely to see the American players. But just in general, Club World Cup would love to see, you know, the fans support a lot of the teams. So that'll be really cool to see.
Yeah, I think for Juve, I could sneakily see them finding a way to win it. You know, I think they're a team that maybe doesn't have the expectations of a Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, and they're going to be taking it very seriously. So I could see them really, really pushing to be able to go and win it. And they have two of the biggest American stars that are going to be in the competition, that being Weston McKennie and Tim Weah. So that's a lot to look forward for American fans, not only because of what it means for the Club World Cup, but the fact that it's a teaser for the 2026 World Cup next summer, also taking place in the U.S. So I could see them winning it. I think success would definitely be, you know, you got to get out your group, hopefully win a couple of knockout stage matches. But I can see them winning it. Very excited to see the American players, and I think they're going to do well in this tournament.
Awesome.
I'm particularly excited to see some of the younger guys like Yildiz and Kolo Muani. I feel like we've seen both of them kind of like come up through the ranks. Well, Kolo Muani recently joined the team. Yildiz kind of making his way into the first team. Two like young talents that are very exciting and doing well for their national teams as well. So looking forward to seeing them too.
And I'll add for Inter Milan, again, a team that perhaps didn't necessarily check all the boxes that they themselves in their hearts were hoping to check this year. But it's good because they have another tournament that at the end of the day is going to be a major competition because of what's at stake at the end of this tournament financially, and because at the latter stage of this tournament, some of the most historical clubs in the world will be all vying for a title. So Inter Milan has the opportunity to finally get that trophy. They're still in a major tournament, the Club World Cup, and they've just appointed a new manager, a club legend who won the triple with Inter Milan, which
Kivu, right?
Kivu, Christian Kivu. So it's very poetic because Kivu, the story for him is that, all right, Inter came off a season where, honestly, the goal was to get a treble. It didn't happen. He is a representation of the last treble that Inter got, and here he is in a major tournament guiding his former side to get that trophy that they didn't get this year. So that's the story for Inter. That's the story that Americans should be tuning into stateside this summer. Inter players are the ultimate chip on their shoulder team, and as Americans, that's what we love to see, so can't wait to watch them.
For sure.
As a big brother, what is happening in the Bundesliga is really beautiful to see. Jobe Bellingham has followed in his big brother's footsteps, Jude Bellingham, and is now at Borussia Dortmund. He saw that it worked for his brother, he saw that it helped him, and now he's trying to follow that same path. What do you guys think?
Bro,
It's incredible, man.
bro,
Go ahead,
it's fire to see, honestly, and the fact that it was a safe space for, Jude to grow in his career and, play and honestly make a name for himself. You're going to see the same tape of fade in the midfield, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I think the Bundesliga is going to be really good for Jobe and his pace of play.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to absolutely excel in it. And I think it's just really cool to see. We've seen a lot of different brother pairings throughout the history of football. And I think this is probably the most exciting current modern one. And for them to both take place with Borussia Dortmund, I think it's really exciting to see, for sure.
Is he going to get his number?
We'll have to see. We know it's not going to say Bellingham on the back, though. He's going with Jobe to create his own legacy. So we'll see how that goes for him, too. And I think that's a really cool thing as well. Like, love you, big bro, but I'm gonna be doing this myself as well.
Jude won it for him.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for our Fan Fest Bundesliga topic for this week, we're going to keep it very, very simple, and we're going to keep it pretty quick as well. Predicting predicting how you think each of the big three teams will do in each of their competitions. So we have Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich. How do you think they will do in the Bundesliga, DFB Pokal, and the Champions League? Champions in any of these, runners-up, semifinals, third place, blah, blah, blah.
Next season?
Predictions. Yes, sir. Way too early to predict, but that's what we do in the offseason.
I can start. I think Bayern is going to have a shaky season. I don't think that the investments that they seem to be making are as ambitious as we've seen from Bayern in the past. So I think Bayern will have a early exit in the DFB Pokal. I don't think they'll win the Bundesliga, and I think they'll exit in the early stages of the Champions League.
Damn.
Wow. I think it'll be like how the
What are you
Champions
saying
League,
fuck me for?
Right.
the Champions League has that playoff thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll get out in that. Like they'll make it to the playoffs, but they'll
And then
lose in that
lose.
first game.
Wow.
Frankfurt, on the other hand, I think will win the league.
Okay. Wow.
I'm seeing, having been in Frankfurt,
Yeah.
and understanding kind of like the investments that they're about to make this summer, it's gonna be fun.
Wow.
It's about
be a
the
lot of fun.
transfers, man. It's about,
I do though think that Frankfurt will not do well in the Champions League, and I don't think they'll do well in the DFB Pokal. I think
But
their focus
Bundesliga
will
straight?
be on the Bundesliga.
Interesting.
I think Frankfurt will get out in the group stages. I think Frankfurt will get out also in the round of 16 of the Champions League, but I think full focus heads turned towards Bundesliga is what we'll see.
Wow.
From Leverkusen, I think they'll do well in everything, but
Okay.
they won't win anything. So I could see
Yeah.
Leverkusen getting to the semifinals of the DFB Pokal. I could see them getting second place in the Bundesliga, maybe third, qualifying for the Champions League again. And in the Champions League, I see Leverkusen going pretty far, actually.
Wow.
Because they're about to make a lot of money, and they're a smart club, and they're going to invest that money well.
That's fair.
I was about to say, Wirtz just had a record transfer.
Over to Liverpool. And Frimpong went there, too.
Frimpong.
Good business.
Wirtz went to Liverpool.
Yeah, official. That's a squad now. And Frimpong, too.
Yeah, Liverpool going to be...
It's looking long for
Fucking
Chelsea.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Scary.
And they're about to get a new left back, Kurtz from Bournemouth, probably. So they got
What
the
the
wings.
fuck are we
Now,
witnessing?
Someone said, like, this is one of the first times Liverpool really went out and grabbed that young star because they're never that club. It's always, Real Madrid, Barca, United, Bayern.
I don't know.
whoever.
Liverpool replaced well. Liverpool replaced so
Yeah,
well, bro.
but they don't usually get, like, the next star kind of kid. That's big for them.
Of course.
That's insane.
People are saying the fact,
Wirtz is big for them, bro.
it's not, they're usually not a money spending club in
Yeah.
that type of way.
But they do good business. That's why the most successful English
That's
team,
scary,
trophy-wise.
bro. With
Yeah.
Salah.
I mean, I think
and Luis Diaz.
good luck. Good luck, buddy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
I'll say, though, Bayern Munich, I think they'll win Bundesliga. I don't think they'll do too well in the Champions League. I think DFB Pokal champion will be Borussia Dortmund. Similar to you, I think Leverkusen will do well. They'll be consistent. They'll have a good year, but no trophies. So that's how I'm feeling for them. For sure.
Going off purely vibes, I think Leverkusen finished themselves by hiring Ten Hag. Horrible work with United. I don't think he really fits the system, and they lost some of their best pieces.
Two of them, yep.
I
Cooked.
don't see anything really going their way next season. Bayern new kit is actually hideous. It looks like they drooled on
Yeah,
themselves.
it's weird.
And I think that just like ruins the vibes. So I can see them also finishing the season trophyless.
Crying.
I agree with you. I think Frankfurt sneakily had, well, not sneakily for Germany, but for the outside world, had an amazing season. I can see them showing out next season, unless they like also lose some of their pieces, which I know a lot of teams in England are eyeing like a lot of their players. And then Dortmund. I think Dortmund will have a really good season. I think like seeing that end of the season push that they had, the pieces that they picked up in the second half of the season. I don't know if they'll win the Bundesliga. Somebody has to win it.
Yeah.
But I can see them like having a much better season than they did this year. So
cool. All right, FanFest La Liga. What are your trophy predictions for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid as it relates to the Champions League, La Liga, Copa del Rey? Any quick picks? Any thoughts?
I'll go again really quick. I think Real Madrid, I think they're going to struggle. I think similarly to this season, how they put together like a super team, they kind of are doing that even more so.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to struggle to get the results that they want. But I can see them coming in like a second or third place. Barcelona, I think, will win the league back-to-back. I think they'll win the Champions League next season. And Atletico, I think they're going to fall in third again.
Got you. I'm going to go with Real Madrid to win La Liga. I think because of the failure of last season, they'll be a lot better this year with more defensive stability, with the right signings, a new coach with an actual bit more of a plan of how to use these guys. I think there will be a little bit of growing pains, but I think it'll be enough to make up that 4-point difference that they lacked last season. I also think teams are going to figure out Barca's high line now from the beginning of the year, which is going to cause some detrimental effects on them. I still think they'll do really well, and I think they'll go far in the Champions League. Not too sure if Barca will win it. I think they'll win the Copa del Rey, though, and then I think Atletico's not going to win any major trophies, but I'll give them the Super Cup. I think they'll have enough to at least get inspired for that moment.
Yeah, no, it would be nice to Atletico give them that. And I'll definitely say if Barca can stay healthy.
Yeah.
With the pain of, the way they went out of the semifinal, if they could leverage that, they can end up in the Champions League final and potentially win it.
Yeah.
Madrid's taking the lead, though.
I think so, too.
Trent in the midfield, is definitely going to be a nice addition. And at the end of the day, it was the first trial run.
Yeah.
Just sorting out how the 9 and, the left wing will sort out between Vini and Mbappe.
Yeah. And the defensive injuries was like not sustainable. That's not going to happen again. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, man.
For sure.
Man,
real quick, so
I think Atletico Madrid is going to win the league. It's the math that you just gave.
But they didn't get Cherki. They needed Cherki, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Their midfield doesn't have creativity.
But here's my argument. Barca's high line has been figured out.
Yeah.
We saw that at the end of the season, so that will just continue to the beginning of the season. That's points dropped there. Real Madrid is hiring a new coach and is bringing in a bunch of new players. That's points dropped there. Whereas the consistency of Atletico Madrid's project and program will make up for those points lost on the other side. So I think that Atletico is going to win the league. I also think Atletico Madrid is going to win the Club World Cup.
Okay.
That's my
That's a
prediction.
sneaky. I
Get
can see
the fuck
Simeone
outta
lifting that
here,
nasty
bro.
trophy. I can see it.
No,
This
Um,
nasty trophy is crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
It's actually a beautiful trophy.
When's the last time that you rooted for Atletico Madrid and it worked?
It's a fact.
The reason why I like Atletico Madrid is because I rooted for them when they won the league that season.
Like
Um,
2013. Yeah.
shit.
2013 and then 19.
I like Diego Costa. Anyway,
Yeah.
Real Madrid to do decent in Champions League. I think semifinal. I think they'll just do decent. Second, second, do well in Champions League. I think Barca's gonna have a tough season though.
Okay.
I think we're seeing the overuse of young players, and I think that's really gonna.
They are the team that defines that. It happened to Pedri. It happened to Gavi. Please protect Lamine to not be injured
But
the way they
really
were.
not protecting him.
Yeah, it's because they also have no money, so they're only playing youth, and it's
Like people
It's
don't
not
talk,
sustainable.
People don't talk enough about like how much they're literally using children.
yeah. He's played like 100.
Those are smart. Those are young children.
Charlie, bruh.
That's
Literally.
wild.
Anyway,
All
thank you
right,
guys for watching.
that's that. Yeah, for sure.
Peace. I can tell you've been on
All
it
right.
today, man. What we doing for your birthday, gangster?